Welcome to B2B Life with Jeff Brummer. This is your chance to listen in on conversations with successful entrepreneurs and business owners on their journey to success. Every story is different, but after consulting thousands of businesses over the last 20 years managing their business payments, Jeff has seen what works and what doesn't. From inspiration to tactics to a good laugh, helping leaders build more fulfilling businesses and lives is what B2B Life is all about.
Hello, welcome to the B2B Life Show. My name is Jeff Brummer. I've consulted over 2,600 businesses over the last 20 years in managing their business payments to align with their personal and business goals. In doing so, I bring in experts in the B2B world to help my clients leverage what I consider the best in the industry in their service. I'm here today with Rick English. I've known Rick for a couple years now. Rick has excelled in business consulting and coaching with some mutual clients and giving them amazing service. Rick, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Jeff. Great to be here.
Yeah, awesome. We've worked with some great clients, helping them become successful. In my opinion, I always love to work with people that I like. Obviously, we like each other. Personally, I think is important to know somebody a little bit personally, like who they are, what makes them tick before you even get into the business realm of things. So what about you? What can we learn about you personally? Like, who are you?
Well, I'm a native of Seattle. So I got great experience with rain, and lived most of my life in Seattle. Went to the University of Washington. And almost won the national championship this year, but just missed it by
I was cheering
by
for
a
him.
whisker. Yeah.
Yes.
And ultimately got into through school. I went to high school there, and then ultimately got married, met my wife in the Seattle area, and we have 3 kids, 2 adult kids and 1 aspiring adult that she thinks she's an adult already. You know how that goes, and then. I mean, for a huge sports fan, so big time Seattle sports fan. Ultimately, spent some time in Northern California. Became a Warriors fan, that sort of thing, and just at the right time, we moved down there. But I ride a unicycle. Like, how many people have you interviewed on the podcast that ride a unicycle?
That's
right?
that's awesome.
I got a unicycle.
Yeah. In the show, we're going to have many cool things in the show notes. Maybe you could get me a link of you riding. Maybe we'll put that in the show notes of like a YouTube video or something.
Okay. Yeah. So ride a unicycle, have a side by side. So that's pretty much me personally.
Okay. Yeah. Awesome. So you mentioned your kids. You're kind of on the next level. My oldest is 16, and sounds like if your youngest is around there. So you got some adulting parenting you're doing. That definitely is a different chapter. So that's cool. Well, good. So as far as business goes, what kind of led you into where you're at now? Like, a quick background of how you got to what you're doing now, what you are doing now.
So I got a degree in business at the University of Washington. Ultimately ended up getting into the insurance space. I spent a bunch of years with insurance companies, and then 18 years in the insurance brokerage space, and ultimately moved my way up into the C-suite. So spent a number of years as a COO, did a bunch of acquisitions, was also, prior to that, I'd been like a director of operations in HR, and then moved to California, took a COO job, and became the CFO as well, and ultimately became the CEO of that company. And so really just had a pretty broad-based background in business, and both working for some regional out of regional offices where we had the opportunity to run the business like it was our own, and then for the longest stint of my career working with a firm in California where it was a small business and we doubled it in size and did an acquisition. Just went through all the possible growing pains you could have, and the experience of working with partners and the dynamics of, having 4 partners that were all kind of equally running the business. And so I felt like, it had a long, good run, and it was just time to start my own deal, and really wanted to see how the marketplace, how all this experience that I'd got would play in the marketplace. And so most people would say, well, if you're going to go start a new business, particularly consulting, go focus on the area that you spent all your career in. Well, I'm
Mhm.
a bit of a contrarian in that regard.
Yeah.
So I like to kind of do things differently. And so I said, but no, I'm not going to focus on that at all. I want to just see if I can help small businesses. And I've established a mission of helping 1,000 small businesses grow up in a strong, healthy fashion over a 10-year period. And so with that, I went out and, as they say, you hung my shingle.
Yeah, okay. No, I love that some of these guys go into consulting and they come from like academia or corporate
Yep.
America and they're not
Yep.
really in touch with small business, how, wearing that hat, the hat small businesses wear where they have to do many things under one person. And it
Uh,
sounds like you're in touch with that. When I've heard you interact with some of your clients, you're very empathetic. You're very understanding of what they're doing now, and that definitely shows as you've grown your practice. So yeah, I
yeah.
totally can attest for you doing good stuff. What's your target like client? Like who you looking for? Is there a specific area of the country you work in? Like tell us the background of like who your perfect client is, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. For me, the perfect client is a small business owner. Size is not super significant to me. It's really more about, do they need help? Do they want help? Right? Which, those two things are very different. Are they willing to invest in getting help in their business? And then are they really committed to taking action? Because when I look at small businesses, I look at really five buckets: people, processes, product, and service together, profit, and customer experience. And so, as I've gone out and worked with business owners throughout across industries, I've found that every business has those things. And so if they need help and they want help in one or more of those areas, I'm typically in a place where I can help them. But if I feel like I can't for some reason, I'm happy to let people know that. But it's really kind of just the broad spectrum of small business owners who really want to grow their business. Um, if I had to dial it in a little tighter, it would really be those small business owners who are growing, or have grown but lack the structure to take the next step. I was on a call right before this call, and this guy's really new. He had to spend a couple of years at it, and he's just not in a place where he wants the help yet. He needs the help, but he doesn't want the help. He wants to hit a certain target before he goes and hires someone. I'm like, fine, I'll be here when you're ready. Others like, oh, man, I want to grow, but I don't know how. I don't know how, or I don't know if I can make this investment. In fact, there's somebody that I have a referral for you, that I need to send you. Is he's grown it, but he's at this place where now it's like, how do I
Mhm.
take that next step? Can I make this investment that I believe I need to make in order to be able to scale? And so, it's just, it takes kind of all forms. And I got people from pre-revenue startup and I've helped business $30 million in revenue. So it just depends on, it doesn't, it depends more on what state they're in than what size they are.
Okay. Yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense. Yeah, I think it would probably help. You're definitely good at painting the picture of where they could go, how they're going to get there, and kind of
Yeah.
with the experience you've had at other businesses, kind of showing them the path. Definitely. Well, good. No, as far as obviously here, I'm incentivized on helping clients pay on the card. Your services, the fees that you charge, obviously for helping clients grow, that those are payable on a card, right?
Yeah.
Have you had some clients do that? I'm assuming.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
In fact, I'm unique, I guess, in the way probably in the way that I take payments in my agreement, but I do everything on card. I don't take cash, and I mean
Or
there's a
check.
few people who use a debit card or check.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so yeah, we bill everybody on card,
Okay.
and this month should be. barring something unforeseen, should be a record month for us, and
Oh, good for you.
it all went on card. So,
Oh, okay.
uh, yeah, yeah,
Excellent.
yeah,
Yeah. Well, good. Have you, as far as your client, I know I've helped quite a few of your clients get the card. Basically, have
yeah.
you had a success story, or is there kind of a general consensus of how they've enjoyed the Spark business card?
Yeah, I think everybody, I mean, I'm a huge supporter of it. In fact, it's one of the first conversations I have. I know that
Mhm.
sounds odd, but in my deeper dive meeting, which is my first meeting, we're typically starting on the financial side. And I'll ask, like, what are you paying on a credit card? Are you giving up the 2%? I had this conversation last week of like, you know what? If you buy all your materials on the card, that's, minimum 10. And one of the guys, I'm like, shoot, you're giving up 20 to $25,000 of rewards.
Yeah.
Uh, so
Okay.
he's the guy that I need to send to you. The other guy I'll send to you as well. But yeah, absolutely. I think, and I mean, you're easy to work with. If somebody already has the card, you help them. If they don't have the card, you help them. So,
Yeah.
you've just been very easy to refer people to, and they seem always to be very, very grateful and happy with the card.
Oh,
So
good. No, I appreciate it. Yeah, all the business you've sent, and it certainly helps justify any costs that you're charging them. Is I'm sure their ROI is whatever 20x or more from what you're actually providing
yeah.
them. So that's awesome. Well, good. We're wrapping up here on our part one. Where can people find you? We're going to put your information in our show notes. Where's the best way to get a hold of you, Rick?
Yeah. Best way to reach me is via phone or text. So 208-565-6099. You can also reach me via email at renglish@myupadvisors.com. You can also find me on LinkedIn. I have a website as well. It's myupadvisors.com. People can go there and schedule an appointment if they want as well. So,
Okay,
yeah.
excellent. We'll put that in our referral page. I will put that information in the show notes, and hope everyone can catch us on our part two, a little deeper dive here. And Rick, thanks for your time.
All right. Thanks, Jeff. Appreciate it.